This is the Ultimate Fisherman. I'm here out at a pond that we call the Walmart pond. I'm just going to kind of break down the technique of square bill cranking. I think that it's a really effective technique when set up properly and fished properly. A lot of people think that you can just cast your squirrel bill in and just reel it in regularly. But I think that you should always add a little action to your bait. I mean, you can just pop it and get down there and knock it off stuff. Like that. I mean, I got him and the trash bag, but when you give your bait action, it really excites those fish. They really seem to just jump on it. It's more of a reaction strike. I mean, you're fishing both natural and reaction. I mean, it's a little guy, but I mean, it could have been a big one. Another good thing to do when using a square bill is to use fluorocarbon. Fluorocarbon helps that bait run true, and it prevents those fish from actually seeing your fishing line. The monofilament's going to float on top of the water, and it's not technique specific just for your square bill. The reason why this bill is square is so it's able to deflect off of baits. When it's going through that water and it hits a bait, it's going to kick off to the side. And you always want to pick the color to your situation. If you're fishing muddy water, you're going to want to fish a darker, brighter square bill. If I'm fishing really, really stained water, I'm going to fish, my favorite color in that situation is a blackened chartreuse or red crawfish in the KVD 1.5. Has those nice triple grip hooks on them. I change them out. But in this situation, the water's not that dirty, but there's some color to it, so I'm using the Sexy Shad, and it has a little bit of chartreuse on the side, just to give it that little color in this stained water. Once you get to the more natural situations, then you're going to need to start using your more natural color. I was just cranking that squirrel bill. That's a nice fish. I mean, that was just a key example of when you're cranking. I mean, I know that rock pile is out here in this area here. I mean, I'm just getting that bait down, and then you can just start popping it. Crank it, give it a little twitch. A little twitch. You start filling those rocks, slow her down. There we go. It's just all about action. You want to give that bait erratic action to make those fish just want it. Feel the rocks, I'm slowing my reel down, switching it. There's one. Let's get him on those rocks, man. Look at that girl right there. I can't even get that one up. Man, that's a pig. Gosh, I wish I'd have brought my scales today. That's probably an 8-pounder. Nah, it's probably pushing 6 though. I'll be almost a 7. It's a tub right there, guys. That fish is pushing 7 pounds. I mean, look at the mouth on it. It's a big old bucket mouth. These are some thick fish. Squirrel bill crankbait, KVD 1.5. You pick your color to the water conditions, I mean, you'll be doing the same thing. Another good technique when cranking squirrel bills is to find structure. If you can find a piece of isolated structure on a body of water that's different from everywhere else, and there's going to be fish holding on there. Like right out here, there's a rock pile. I like to cast it way before the rock pile and just kind of fish it and get it down where the rock pile is. And once you feel that rock pile, you're going to want to slow your retrieve down and give it a lot of movement. Just let it tick off those rocks and feel it kicking up. There's another one right there, man. Once you find that rock pile and you find where those fish are, you can get into some good ones. There we go. Look at that. That's a nice one. It's probably about a 5.5. It's a good solid fish, man. I mean, that's just key. I found the structure. I cranked on it. I gave it some twitches. Reaction strikes. Catching big old bass. Come on, Bubba. It's so big he can't even swim. That's a nice one. Oh man, he put it down there deep in him too. If y'all can see that crankbait is down off his gill plate, I'm going to show y'all a little technique to get it out. You want to go from underneath. It's a little stud right there, guys. I was just popping that bait, giving it some action. You can see, look, he's bleeding because I nicked his gill, but he ain't in bad shape at all. He's about to swim off good. I mean, just square bill cranking, you know? I fished a lot of brands of square bills, but I mean, there's nothing like this KVD 1.5. I mean, as you can see, it just does the works on the fish. And the thing that makes this bait so much different than any other is the action. You can just reel this through the water and it have erratic action. It swim side to side and kick by itself. But once you get it on some isolated structure or anything, wood, rocks, riprap, any type of isolated structure, I mean, that's when this bait really shines.